right, this is a part two of this person's channel, or this group of people's channel, concerning women and women's rights and their thoughts about women and how women function. And it's complete bullshit. But let's listen.
This is a feminization of discourse because we become untethered from
Why is this dude
Mr.
wearing
Banks's
sunglasses
reason
in
and
a fucking
discipline, which
studio?
always
for
holds on the
one?
man to hold the line. And instead we begin to indulge in, to put it in grammatical terms, right? Women live in the subjunctive. They live in the world of the possible, right? And the economy of value for women is completely different than it is for men. No man really understands until he has it explained to him why women like expensive handbags. It's like, why do you want this thing that costs $5,000? It's not worth $5,000. Everybody knows it's not worth. What he doesn't understand is that the price point is part of the feature set for a woman, because when she exhibits this handbag to others, she's signaling that she has snagged a high status husband, that she's secure, that she's safe, and that she's part of an ongoing and secure dynasty that will outlive her, and that she has acquired a secure and enviable position in the social pecking order. And that social pecking order, is a preoccupation of, the parish, scolds of popular legend.
He's saying that women want a $5,000 bag because it shows the social pecking order. What if that woman is not even married? Because he always puts it back onto the man, her husband. But what if it's not? She's not even married, and she still wants a $5,000 bag that she herself works for and pays for. Let's just say she's a doctor, and let's just say that she likes expensive handbags or expensive shoes, but she's buying them herself. Listen to what he has to say.
Men don't understand that buying the big diamond, that makes no sense, because the association with diamonds and eternity and love is an invention of the ad industry, right? Like,
it was a scam.
It's a complete confection, but it's meaningful now, and it matters now, because it's an expression of something that women want to see in their husbands is that they will do anything, the grand gestures, the romantic gestures, even where it imperils their own pleasure, well-being, etc., to publicly demonstrate their love for this woman.
Did you just hear him? He's like, what the fuck was that? If you're making a point, why would you go and then go to something else?
Right? And then they want to build a home with a man who they don't necessarily always agree with, but they always admire and respect. And the deal is, I'll do what you say, even when I don't agree with you, because I respect and admire and trust you enough to let you set the parameters for the household. When men fail in their duties to set those parameters, women expand endlessly with no limits, and we see that in HR departments. The reason that people like me can't get podcast deals is that the ad sales department is entirely feminine. It's 100%.
He can't get podcast deals because of women in HR departments. Podcasts are pretty much run on your own merits. Every person that I know that has a podcast, they mainly have created the podcast on their own merits. How come he can't get a deal off his own merits? That he's blaming an HR department for not getting a podcast deal, when the majority of podcast creators have done that shit from the ground up on their own. They don't have an HR department. The majority of them. Very popular podcasts are from content creators that are creating on their own merits. Let me continue.
And so the vice president will be like, I love you, I just can't get these women to sell you to advertisers, because they're going to come up with a bunch of reasons why you're whatever. The economy of value is so completely different, and when people stray into areas that are not their proper domain, and that could be a husband interfering in something that happens domestically, or it could be a woman in a conventionally male sphere. it's a trap. It's an illusion. It seems at first like freedom and emancipation, but actually it is enslavement.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted at these male groups that they gather together on these personalized talk shows, and everything is blamed on women. This dude literally blamed women for him not getting podcast deals, when the majority of the content creators, especially on YouTube and social media, if they're very popular, they created that shit from the ground up. And people that really are legit about their have really gotten popular, they can have the craziest views. However, it doesn't stop them from getting commercial deals or whatever. It doesn't stop them at all. So why did this man just blame women in HR departments for him not being successful? You see how this shit goes? The rhythm of this? Do you see this? I really want to start pointing this stuff out, because I don't think women are paying attention to what these men are doing. Anyways,